Wagwan people. Alright, so I want to do a video about this whole should games journalists be good at video games thing that's been getting a little bit of steam over the last few days over a video that surfaced on Cuphead by VentureBeat that came on. Somebody might have seen this video, so I want to talk about that because I do think there's something that people are missing on this whole debate. So if not missing, certainly overlooking to some extent. So I want to talk a little bit about it and offer my take on this whole thing. Should games journalists be good at video games? So I'm doing this as a voiceover so that I can show you a little bit of this video that I'm working on. Some of you guys might know this, that I'm working on a diss track, well, a non-diss diss track, and this is it right here. So I might just play a little bit of it for you later on, but yeah, just show you a little bit what I'm working on while I'm talking about this topic. So anyway, should games journalists be good at video games? So this happened over a video, Cuphead. Now, Cuphead is a game that I'm looking forward to. It's a game that I've pre-ordered. Some of you might know this already, but I don't pre-order very many video games. I don't pre-order very many video games, but I'm very much looking forward to Cuphead. It looks amazing, it looks awesome, and it's been on my list of games to get since forever. Since I heard about it, since I saw it, just looks awesome. I was like, you know what, I just love the style of it, and it looks incredible. Everything I've seen about it looks incredible, so I've pre-ordered it. And I don't pre-order very many games, but you know what, I pre-ordered this one. Anyway, that's enough of that. But yeah, so some people are trying it already at Gamescom. Some people got to try it out at Gamescom, and it turns out that it was quite a tough game for some. And the video came up entitled, in fact, I'll show you the video here. Cuphead Gamescom demo, Dean's shameful 26 minutes of gameplay, where this fella Dean Takahashi's been playing the game and he dies a bunch of times during this game. During the tutorial, he barely gets past it, and yeah, just dies a bunch. So and because of that, people have been going into him. Well, some people have been really tearing into him, saying, well, you know, games journalists should have a base competence level of video games. They should know how to play video games. They should have a base competence level of video. That comes up a lot. Base competence level of video games. And that kind of started this thing. Should games journalists be good at video games? And it's easy to say, well, of course they should. And I would agree with that to some extent. For the most part, I'll say it's an ideal scenario. There you go, he just died right now. I would agree with that for an ideal scenario that, of course, a games journalist should be good at video games. If you are writing about anything, you should have a good knowledge of the thing that you're writing about. But the thing that I think people are missing, or people are overlooking, or one of the things I think people are overlooking, is that you have different types of reviews for different types of players. So, for example, if you have somebody who maybe doesn't get to play games so often because they got work, they got this, they got that, so their game time is limited. So they might be looking for a game that isn't necessarily particularly difficult or long, because they don't want to play a game that's going to take ages to get through, when at any time they are playing it, they're just struggling to get through anyway because the games are too difficult, So you might find that if you're somebody who is more knowledgeable about games or more experienced with games, that what you consider to be difficult is what you consider to be easy is maybe quite a bit higher than what, say, that person might consider to be easy, So you're writing from different perspectives. Now, this is where it comes in. If you look at the two different skills, so as a games player and as a reviewer, a good reviewer should be able to account for different skill sets of players. But let's be real, that doesn't happen in most circumstances, right? We don't always get that. So in essence, if you're writing to what you know, which is the games that you play and the style and the experience that you have, then that's going to suit the type of players that also play the types of games you play, or similar skill to you have. So to have a review that isn't very good at a game, that's going to suit the person who maybe doesn't get to play so much, or isn't particularly good, or just looking for maybe easier games because they're just not that bothered about it. So different types of reviewers for different types of players. So on an ideal level, then yes, of course, a games reviewer should be good at games. Of course, a movie reviewer should know about movies. Of course, a book reviewer should know about books. But at the same time, you have different people writing for different people. And if you're as long as you're honest about your skill level, honest about your knowledge, and honest about your experience of the thing that you're writing about, then it should never really be an issue as to whether or not you're actually good at the game or not, or whether how much experience you've had or whatever. As long as you're clear about, this is what I've done before, this is what types of games I've played before, and this is what my writing, this is what how I'm writing, this is what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and so on. And then the person reading it can decide, okay, well, this review isn't going to be useful for me because I'm maybe playing at a higher skill level, or this review is useful for me because I'm actually playing at a similar skill level. So different reviews for different players is what I think it comes down to, and not necessarily just a blanket statement of, well, of course they should be good at games, because ideally yes, but practicality no. And especially considering that writing a review and playing the video game with two different skills. So just because you are good at games and knowledgeable about games, that doesn't mean you're going to be able to write good reviews. And I have heard on some occasions that big sites tend to have people who do just that. They have a separate reviewer to a separate person playing the game. And on one hand, you might look at that and think, well, that's kind of cheating, isn't it? Not necessarily. You know, not necessarily. It's maybe just getting the best of both worlds. So you might have somebody who's really good at the game to play the game. Maybe they write in their notes and their opinions and so on, but then somebody who's maybe better at wording it so that you could understand the review is a person who actually writes a review, and that's written in a way that people could maybe understand it, people could get what's going on, you know. Or in the case of maybe video reviews, it might be that the person presenting the video review, the person presenting the video, excuse me, didn't actually play the game, but again, they're going from notes, going from whatever, and it's just because they have the skill of maybe being in front of the camera, being able to present, and maybe to be able to talk it up in a way that makes it more interesting to watch and so on. So these different skills that people have, and sometimes if you've got the, you know, the resources, you know, you might have different people doing different things. But again, it's just about, to me anyway, it's just about being honest about it. I mean, I feel it's cheating when you're trying to act like, yes, I played this game and I'm the one that's good at this game and I did this and I did that, and when you didn't actually. That to me is cheating. But if you're honest about it, like this gentleman, Dean Takahashi, was very honest about his skill level here, then I don't see a problem with it. I feel like people tearing into Dean Takahashi about this video is very unfair to him, because I'm not familiar with Dean's work, by the way. I'm not claiming to be, or VentureBeat for that matter. They're not a site that I read. But I do know that Dean Takahashi has been a games journalist for some 25 years. So whether you like his reviews, whether you don't like his reviews, whether you agree with his opinions or disagree with his opinions, I think it's fair to say that he probably knows a thing or two about video games at this point, since he's been writing about it for so long. Now, does that mean that he's going to be the best at every single game? No, of course not. And clearly he isn't, because he sucked at this one. But he was honest about it. You know, he said, you know, Dean, Shameful 26 minutes of gameplay. He's not trying to pretend that he's great at this game. He's not trying to act like, you know what I mean? It's honest about it. So this, to me, tearing into him and going, oh, well, you should be this or you should be that's a bit unfair and it's a bit unnecessary. You know, it's just a video that they put up for it would be a bit of fun to say, haha, you know, I suck at this game, haha, and that's what it's supposed to be. But then people tear into him about it. So yeah, I think some people need to chill on this one. And by the way, I'm not trying to defend games journalists. You know, no, there's plenty of bullshit in games journalism going on. I'm not trying to defend that. But at the same time, I'm not gonna, you know, jump on somebody's ass just because, you know, it suits a particular agenda or whatever, because at the end of the day, bullshit is bullshit regardless of where it comes from. And you know what I mean? This guy's being honest. There's no, I don't see any problem with that. So yeah, as to the question, should game reviewers be good at games? Yeah, I mean, that's ideal, but ultimately I don't think it matters, just as long as they're honest. It's when they're not being honest, that's when it's a problem. That's what I'd say to that. And that's what I think a lot of people are overlooking as well. So that's what I think on that. Oh, actually, before I end this video, I did say I'm gonna play just a little bit. So yeah, let me show. You can probably hear it. I'm scrolling through right now. So we've actually recorded a whole song, and I've shot quite a lot of the video, as you can see. But I might add a few more bits. We'll see how it goes. Mainly, I just want to add the subtitles. I've only done one so far. Yo, that's it. The rest of it I haven't actually done yet. But let me play a little bit of this. Just a little bit, just a little sneak peek. Hopefully this video, you know, will be ready in the next few weeks or so, ready for release. This is the non-diss track for people who don't like diss tracks but secretly like diss tracks. Diss track. All right, let me play just a sneak peek for this. So all right, drum roll. Okay, I'll get into it. I'll just play. All right, stop talking. Yo, all y'all talking about your money, talking about your jewels. Let me tell you something. Listen, there, I got time, cuz. Listen, when it comes to cash, there ain't none like me. It says easy as counting ABC. All your fancy cars not impressing me, cause I roll around town on my Bowman 20 speed. Listen, all that fake stunting don't amount to nearly nothing. I would drive a Benz, but I'd rather be chauffeur driven. I ain't in the club, find me in the chicken shop. 2-piece red chips, you know how we do it, son. I'll stop there. Okay, so yeah, this is a video that I'm working on. I guess it's pretty much done for the most part. Few tweaks here and there. I might add a few more video bits to it, but yeah, that's I'm just gonna play that little bit for you guys. Let me know what you think of that. Let me know what you think of this video in general, and let me know what you think, of course, about video game journalists and whether they should be good at games, whether you agree with my opinion or you completely disagree, maybe you have a different take on it, or maybe you have something to add to it. Let me know. And if you like this video, give it a like and share it amongst your friends. If you did not like it, then give it a dislike and share it amongst your enemies. Either way, let me know your reasons in the comments. Subscribe if you have not already. Thank you for watching, and until whenever, if ever, game over.